Hey there students, Tim here from Lessons on the Web once again, and in today's lesson I'm going to give you a little practice routine that will really help you play more expressively and with more emotion. So let's get right on to it. So as I said in the intro, I'm going to give you a little practice assignment here, and if you practice this every day for a month, you will be able to play with more expression and more emotion. Of course, there's more to it than this little example, but I swear, if you practice this, you will notice a difference if you make it part of your regular practice routine. So here we go. The first thing you need to know how to do, and the only thing you really need to know how to do in this lesson, is know your major scales. You need to know at least one scale to do this exercise. If you don't know any scales or know anything about scales, please look at the link in the description. I'll have something pop up on the screen as well, I think, just to kind of point you in the right direction, just so you can watch maybe a few videos that I've made on playing scales. So here we go. We're just going to do this in the C major scale, which I have a lesson about. Like I said, we have the links in the description for you. But we're not going to play them exactly like normal. So once you have the C major scale figured out, this is what I want you to do. There's two parts to this exercise. The first part is dynamics. Now, what do I mean by dynamics? Well, dynamics is how loud you play or how soft you play. The first thing I want you to do is when you play your scale, instead of just playing it like normal, all the same volume, what I want you to do is as you ascend on the scale going up, I want you to start out really soft, pianissimo. Remember to make your fingers curved. And then I want you to crescendo towards the top of the scale, and then I want you to decrescendo at the bottom. And this will help you with, hand control and all sorts of things, which really helps to play expressively and with more emotion. So once again, you start soft, crescendo, and then you get softer. And you just want to practice that a few times, even with the left hand at it. And then I want you to do the opposite. I want you to start out loud, get soft towards the top of the scale, and then I'll start out soft coming down and get louder. Oh wait, I'm supposed to get louder at the end, so let me try again. Loud to soft, soft to loud. So that's how you want to practice that. And then once you do that for a little bit, what you want to do is you want to practice just the ascending one way, descending the other. So here's what I mean. So ascending all piano. You're not getting gradually louder. You're all soft. So this really helps with, like I said, finger control and hand control, keeping them all soft. And then coming down, all of a sudden, I want you to go to fortissimo. So pianissimo, going up, fortissimo, coming down. I actually could have done better on that fortissimo coming down. So that's what you want to do. You want to do it first with the gradually getting louder with the crescendos, and then the opposite. And then you want to do the opposite of that, where you start loud, decrescendo to the top, and then the opposite, starting out soft, getting loud at the end of the scale. So just practice that. And then if you're really good with scales and you know your scales really well, practice this on all of the major scales or minor scales that you know. And like I said, if you practice it every day for a month or two, you'll really notice a difference in your playing, because it really gets you used to how dynamics can gradually change during a song. You have your crescendos and your decrescendos, but sometimes, right, you have pianissimo, and then all of a sudden it gets loud out of nowhere. So that kind of simulates what you would see in real music. So here's the other part to this lesson. We're just still going to be on C major scale. You can figure out all the other scales yourself. So, or watch the links in the description after the video. But here we go. Now the next part of the lesson is called articulation. So articulation is how you press the note, right? I can press a note like this, but I can also press it like that, or I can play it short, like that, or I can play it long. So articulation is all about how you press the note. It's a little bit different than dynamics because dynamics is really how loud or soft you play, but there are articulations like the accent that tell you to play a single note louder. But here we go. So you have to know staccato and legato for this part of the lesson. So remember staccato, really short. Legato, you're connecting them. So this is the same idea as what we were doing with the dynamics, but this time you want to slur going up, connecting the notes evenly, and then coming down staccato. And then you want to do the opposite where you start staccato and then slur them coming down. And this will get you used to switching between both staccato and legato, which are probably the most common forms of articulations, and it'll give you more practice doing that. And then if you really wanted to get fancy, you could even do your arpeggios, staccatos coming up and then legatos coming down. So remember, this lesson is all about developing hand control. We're talking about dynamics, going from loud to soft, and then, soft to loud. I guess I went soft to loud first. And then you also want to, the other part of the lesson was playing with articulations, which is, your short or long types of notes. Now, I know there are more articulations than that, but I want you to practice that, just those two. Staccato, going up, legato coming down, legato going up, staccato coming down. An additional little tip is you always want your fingertips to point slightly in the direction you're going. So if I'm ascending, the tips of my fingers are going to the right. Descending, the opposite. They're heading just ever so slightly. It gives you a little bit more surface to hit your fingers on. You'll be able to play this scale a little bit easier that way. So there's an additional tip for you. And then you can actually combine both of these ideas together, and you can actually, so say I'm going to start playing ascending, going up on the scale, and I'm going to start going from soft to loud, just like we did, and then loud to soft. But this time, I'm going to go soft going up, but I'm going to play staccato. And then get louder, but then play legato. So you can actually mix these two ideas. In fact, I recommend you do that. I would practice it for maybe a couple weeks, just doing the dynamics and then just doing the articulations, and then you want to combine the two of them. And it sounds really simple. It sounds like it, is too simple for it to work. But if you work on this, it's just another little way of being able to get more of the details in there, right? Since if you are on this lesson and you have been practicing scales for a while, you're probably just practicing them one way, right? Probably playing all the notes the same way. But now this way, we're concentrating on hitting the right notes, right? But we're also concentrating on all of the other little details that make music what it is. So it's all more than just notes. If you just had just notes, it would sound very plain. So remember that dynamics, and what was the other word? Think about it right in the comments if you know what the other word is. Dynamics, and the other key word today is articulations, which tell you how to play the notes. Those two things are very, very fundamental and very, very important in playing more expressively and with more emotion. So like I said, try this out for a few months. It does take time, but you will see a difference in your piano playing, and you will be able to play with a lot more expression. So there you go. All right, everybody, that does it for the lesson today. Remember to like the video if you learned something, of course, and to subscribe for more great lessons like this one, since we have new ones coming out every Friday at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, so don't miss out on those. So this has been Tim from Lessons on the Web. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next lesson. Thank you so much.